Hi, I'm Emma Rollings. I'm a postural stability instructor here at Wellbalanced. In this session, I'm going to show you 6 key exercises to help with your balance and coordination and help you feel more steady on your feet. I recommend doing a little bit of these exercises every day. We're going to start with a very brief warm-up to start with before we go into our Super 6. Okay, so we're going to do a march to start. So keeping it small to start with. You can use your hand on your support. You can have one hand or you can have 2 hands on. So just rolling through your feet, tapping the toe down first as it comes down, keeping nice and tall, keeping the feet rolling, thinking about toe down, ball of the foot and then the heel. If you want to, you can add an arm swing in as well to warm up through the upper body. If you're happy without holding onto your chair, you can do 2 arms just to fully warm up. So just marching through still. We want to get the blood flowing to all those muscles that are going to be working a little bit harder in a minute. Okay, just keep the feet still and keep the arms pumping. Drawing the elbows back and forwards, keeping the elbows tucked in, keeping nice and loose through the shoulders and through your waist. And then if you want to, you can bring those legs back in again, arms and legs together. Trying to look straight ahead of you all the time, keeping those shoulders relaxed. And then bring that down. Bring the feet to a stop, bring the arms to a stop and relax. I'm going to warm up through the shoulders next with some shoulder rolls. So we're going to bring the shoulders forwards, up, back and down. Make it a really big movement. Really think about opening the chest as you draw the shoulders back and sliding those shoulder blades down as you come back. One more time, nice and big, and then finish with those shoulders as far away from your ears as you can get them. And we're going to warm up through the ankles finally. You can hold on to your support again with one hand or with both hands. So we're going to point the toe onto a spot on the floor, and then we're going to change and dig the heel onto exactly the same spot. So it's going to be toe on the floor, heel on the floor. Imagine there is an actual little spot on the floor and you're pointing your toe on it and then digging your heel into exactly the same place. Getting as big a range of movement at your ankle as you can possibly get. And this is going to help with your walking and your balance and for the exercises we're going to do in a minute. Going to do one more there. And then we need to do the other leg, of course. So just reset your posture. And we're going to dig the heel onto the floor and point the toe onto the floor. I'll just show you that from the front. Keep going. Heel and toe. Staying tall. Use the support. So we're not thinking about balance here. We're really just thinking about that ankle range of movement. Lifting up in between. Making it as big as you can. And then plant your feet back on the floor. We're warmed up, ready to go. Okay, now we've done our warm up, we'll keep going with our 6 exercises. The first one is going to be heel raises. We're going to rise up onto the toes, balance and come back down again. I would recommend having both hands on that support to start with, and then you can lighten your touch if you feel able to. So we're going to rise up onto the toes, hold for 1, 2, 3, and then come back down to the floor, keeping tall. We're going to do 6 of these. Coming up, 1, 2, 3, and straight back down again. This is number 3. Straight up onto the toes, keep the tummy in, holding, and coming back down again. And again, coming up with control, holding it there. Don't let the ankles roll out. Keep the weight on your toes. And again, rising up, holding there for 3, and coming back down again. Last one of these here, straight up on the toes, keep the shoulders relaxed. 1, 2, 3, and coming back down, all the way down to the floor. Just give your feet a little move, just to recover there. Our next exercise is going to be toe raises. So we're going to do the opposite action to what we've just done. So again, staying tall for this one. This is going to be a small movement, and we're just going to be lifting our toes off the floor like this. But be really careful here not to stick your bottom out like that or lean backwards. So we want to stay really tall and in the middle, and it's just those toes coming off the floor. We're going to do 6 of these again with that little 3-second hold. So just lengthening up through your body, lifting both toes off the floor. So lifting and holding for 1, 2, 3, and coming back down again. Little brief pause before we go again. Lift the toes, keep the bottom tucked in for that hold, and control those toes back down to the floor again. Lift them again. Staying tall, don't lean back. And return to the floor, halfway there. Lift the toes, balancing on those heels for those 3 seconds. And down again, well done. And again, lifting as far as you can off the floor. It might only be a little bit. And down. Last time. Lift the toes. Hold it there. Stay tall. Bottom in. And back down to the floor again. Well done. Give those feet another little move. Okay. We're going to go on to our sit to stand movement next. So this is going to involve sitting down to start with. So take your time to come round and sit in your nice sturdy chair. So for this exercise, you need to be sitting forwards in the chair, away from the back of the chair. And this is going to work those muscles in your thighs, in your bottom, and it's going to help with your balance in standing as well. So we're going to do 6 of these again. So for this, for your good sit to stand technique, you want to tuck your feet ever so slightly behind your knees, sitting up tall. You can use your hands if you need to on the chair to push up with, if you know that you need that extra bit of support. If you can do it without, that's great. Just have your hands beside you, or if you want to, you could have them over your chest like that. Okay, we're going to do 6 of these, nice, slow, steady sit to stands. Let's go. So we're going to lean forwards to start with, push through the feet, lengthen up, find your balance. Before you sit down, just take a small step backwards to make sure the chair is there, and then lean forwards and sit down again. So we're going to do 5 more like that. Coming forwards, pushing up all the way, and then coming back down again with control all the way down. So we're going to lean forwards, hinging at the hips, push through the feet, straightening the knees, tucking your bottom in, shoulders relaxed, and we're going to come down with control again to the chair. Leaning forwards, pushing straight up again. Pausing at the top to find that posture, find the balance, and coming back down with control. Even that last little bit, don't plop down, control it all the way. Leaning forwards, pushing through the feet, lengthening up, coming down, hinge at the hips, bend at the knees, use those hands if you need to on the chair. And again, make sure you're breathing nice and steadily throughout as well. Don't hold your breath. Coming up, coming back down again. and pausing there. Well done. Okay, our next exercise is in standing again. So we need to do one more stand up. So lean forwards again in the chair, push up to stand, and you're going to need that support again from your sturdy chair, or if you're using your kitchen surface, maybe. So you need to come round behind your support. I'm just going to move mine to the side. Okay. So for this exercise, it's going to be our heel to toe stand. So I'm going to show you this from the side. You might want to be side on to your support and quite close to it like this, but not with your hip touching. So you've got it there, because it's quite a wobbly one. But you want to feel that slight wobble with this exercise. You want it to be challenging. So a little bit of a wobble around your ankles, in the legs, is what you want to find to challenge those balance reactions. So I'll show you from the side. So you're going to start finding your lovely posture there, lengthening your whole body up. And we're going to put one foot in front of the other, heel to toe, a bit like you're standing on a tightrope. So just take your time to plant your feet on the floor. And just take time to feel that you've got even weight down through each foot as well. Have a little play with your weight if it's not even. If you find it too difficult to get into this position, or too wobbly, even like this, you can take that front foot back and just place it halfway in front of the other foot like that, and do the exercise like this instead, depending on how your balance is feeling today. Okay, I'm going to show you with a full version of that heel toe stand. So once you've planted your feet on the floor, your weight is even, you've lengthened up through your body, you can decide how much weight you're going to put through your support with those hands. You can lighten your touch, or even hover the hands off if you feel safe to do that, just to find that wobble around the ankles so it feels like a challenge. You want to do this for 10 seconds and then put your feet back together again, and just pause before you put the other foot in front. So check your posture, put the other foot right in front of the other, heel to toe, find that evenly weighted position where your centre of gravity is right in the middle of your feet. And once you've found that position, you are just going to play with lightening the touch on the chair if you can. And if you want to, you can hover your hands off the chair. Try and keep looking straight ahead of you. Focus on a point ahead that's not moving. And then once you've done your 10 seconds, bring those feet back together, march them through again. Well done. Okay, so that's quite a challenging one, and you can work on that throughout the day. If you're making a cup of tea in the kitchen, you can practice that whenever you like. Okay, moving on from that exercise, we're going to take it into a moving exercise with the same sort of movement. I am going to show you this one from the front to be side on to my support. This is a really good one to do in the kitchen, along your kitchen surface, so you've got a longer support to use. I'm just going to show you with my chair though. So standing, again, side on to your sturdy support. You're going to take one foot in front of the other into that heel-toe balance, and we're going to turn it into a walk. So I'm going to walk forwards, one foot in front of the other, until I get to the end of my support. I'm going to put my feet back together, turn to the side of the support, turn around and go the other way. I'm just going to show you that exercise from the side so you can see my feet. So again, side on to your support, one foot in front of the other, looking ahead of you, nice and slow and steady until you get to the end of your support. Okay, our last exercise in this series is going to be our one leg stand, so standing on one leg. So again, I would recommend having your support right in front of you, both hands on to start with, and then as you practice, you can decide how much support you're going to take from that. I'm going to show you this exercise from the side so you can see what my legs are doing. So really important is to get your posture right first. Make sure your knees are soft. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed and your tummy is pulled in. So for standing on one leg, I'm just going to hover a little bit off the floor with one foot. It doesn't have to come high. So I'm going to scoop it behind me, lift that toe off the floor, lengthen up through my body, focus on pulling this hip in and balancing on that leg, and then deciding how much support you're going to take from your sturdy chair or kitchen surface, and then planting that foot back on the floor again after that. And doing the other side as well. So lifting, scooping behind, just hovering a little bit off the floor, not too high, lengthening up really tall. Make sure you've got that posture still as you hold, and you want to find again that slight wobble, that challenge to your balance, that feeling. So choose how much support you're going to take from your support, and then place that foot back on the floor again. Give your feet a little move again to recover. Well done. So we're going to do a brief cool down after those exercises, just to get the circulation going back to normal and stretch through a couple of those muscles that we've just been working. So still standing with your support in front of you, we're going to take it into a cool down march to start with. So just start rolling through the feet, thinking about your foot mobility, toe taps down to the floor first, and just lifting ever so slightly off the floor. Just thinking about that movement through the feet. You can have your arms by your side if you want to, if you're not holding your support, and just relax the arms by your sides. Looking ahead still, keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Just for a little bit longer. Okay, and then just come down, bring your feet back to the floor again. We're going to go into a calf stretch next, just to stretch through these muscles at the back of your leg. So with both feet pointing straight ahead of you, you're going to take one leg in a stride back behind you. Plant the toe on the floor and then sink down, heel driving into the floor, bending your front knee, keeping tall. Use those hands on the support, not trying to balance here. We're aiming for a stretch in that back calf muscle. So just relax into your stretch. Hopefully you can feel that in that calf at the back. Keep your breathing nice and steady. Breathe in and out. Relax as you exhale. I'm just going to hold that for a few more seconds there. And then gently bring that leg back in again. And we're going to do the other one as well. So step back, toe down, sink down into your stretch. Find the point where you can feel a stretch in that calf muscle, in that back leg. Sink that back heel down as far into the floor as you can. You might not be able to get it all the way onto the floor depending on your ankle flexibility, but that's fine as long as you can feel it stretching at the back. And breathe. Relax as you breathe out. Keep relaxed through the shoulders, but keep the hands on your support. And then gently pull that leg back in again. Come up tall. Well done. We're going to do one more stretch, just to stretch through the side of our body. So have your feet shoulder width apart, a bit wider so you feel grounded on the floor, and turn side onto your support this time with one hand on your chair. So we're going to take the outside arm, we're going to lengthen up, bring that arm towards the ceiling, and then if you feel okay to do so, you're going to take that arm over towards your ear and just stretch through the side a little bit more, and then we're going to come down again. We'll do that one more time on that side. Lengthen up, create a big space between your rib cage and your hip bone. Take it over, come up and come back down again. Then we need to do the other side. So you'll want to turn around so your other hand is on the chair. I'm going to show you with my chair here though. So we're going to lengthen that arm up. Take it over. Stretch through that side. Come up and back down again. Last time here. Reach towards the ceiling. Create that big space through the waist. Come over. Come back up. And come all the way back down again. Okay, well done. You've completed your Super 6. We'll see you next time.